What's going on, everyone? Dan Murphy here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about cryptocurrency, and in particular I'm going to be talking about Dogecoin. Now, when I first heard about Dogecoin, I thought it was a joke. I didn't think it was real, but after doing a little bit of research, I actually ended up finding out that this is a real thing. Dogecoin is a real cryptocurrency that actually has a, a pretty big community behind it with a lot of support. And it's kind of ridiculous because it was created as a joke initially, but it ended up turning into a real thing, and there's actually a good amount of value that's been put into this coin. Now, I'm just going to go over kind of a brief history of the Dogecoin, kind of how it started, who created it, and kind of just what's the deal behind this. So it was created by a guy named Jackson Palmer, who was a marketing specialist from Adobe, and he posted a tweet around the 28th of November in 2013 where he said, investing in Dogecoin? Pretty sure it's the next big thing. And people they like the idea of this, and they actually encouraged him to go and create Dogecoin. 6 days later, he bought the domain name www.dogecoin.com, where he placed a picture of a makeshift Dogecoin logo. You can kind of see it right there. And it didn't take much time for this to actually pick up in popularity. The website's already getting a lot more visitors, and just the whole idea kind of started going viral on social media through retweets and that sort of thing. And on the 6th of December, a programmer from Oregon named Billy Markus contacted Jack Palmer after seeing the website, and he actually proposed to create the source code and the programming language that would be necessary to actually create the cryptocurrency Dogecoin. So Billy Markus, he went ahead and did that, created the source code and the wallet client for Dogecoin, and just like that, it became a real thing. And the Dogecoin community has actually, they've done some cool things. Um, and not only that, but the value of the coin actually did increase pretty significantly. So after the initial launch of the coin on December 8th, 2013, the coin slowly gained traction. It started out as a joke coin, but actually became serious as the coin actually tripled in value from being point 0.00026 to point 0.00095. So I mean, tripling in value. Yeah, I mean, even though the value of the individual coins is really low, the fact that it tripled in value in a relatively short period of time is a really good sign in terms of a cryptocurrency. Well, I mean, if you invested in this coin on on the early days when it first launched, I mean, you would have essentially tripled your money off of this joke cryptocurrency, and that's a really good rate of return. There are serious altcoin projects that don't have that level of growth. And as I mentioned earlier, the community behind Dogecoin has actually managed to do some pretty cool things. They've used the Dogecoin platform as kind of like a crowdfunding sort of thing, and they've actually done a fair amount of fundraising and have raised money for some pretty respectable charitable events. Let's see here. So in the 2014 Winter Olympics, the Dogecoin Community and Foundation encouraged fundraising for charities and other notable causes, and they actually managed to raise $50,000 for the Jamaican Bobsled Team, and that helped them go to the Olympics. And that was because of, I mean, essentially Reddit and the Dogecoin community. I mean, they managed to raise $50,000. It's just kind of, I mean, it's really cool. And then this other this other thing they did, where the Dogecoin community, they raised $30,000 and a total of about 40 million Dogecoin in order to they were building wells in the Tana River Basin in Kenya. So they were literally providing water for people in Africa. Like, that's a really like legit charitable cause. And I mean, it's crazy that this was all done through, again, basically just Reddit and the Dogecoin community. They've raised like tens of thousands of dollars for these real uh, charities and these social causes. Like, that's really cool. Now, okay, so we know there's a strong community behind Dogecoin. They've done some cool things, but is this is this a real investment opportunity? Like, should you invest in Dogecoin? It's a good question, and it's something I've thought about a lot. So let's take a look over here at CoinMarketCap. So CoinMarketCap, in case you weren't aware, is a website where they list all of the various top cryptocurrencies based on their market cap, which is short for market capitalization, which is basically just the total value of all the coins that are currently in circulation. They track the price, the trade volume in the past 24 hours for the coin, the total supply of the coin in circulation, and any percent changes in the price action of the coin. So as we can see here, Bitcoin at the very top, Bitcoin is still king. It is the most popular cryptocurrency. It has the highest value, the market capitalization of $279 billion, which is insane. The value of Bitcoin has just skyrocketed this year, and the value of Bitcoin, I believe it was about $700 um, at the beginning of this year, and it has, you know, more than 10x'd. It's just crazy how much it's gone up. Bitcoin, it's up about 14,000 on the year, and about 7,000. It's gone up about 7,000 in just the last month. So Bitcoin has had an insane run up. But if you're at all, you've been following cryptocurrencies and you're into Bitcoin, you are well aware of how well Bitcoin's been doing. But let's take a look at Dogecoin. So we can see here that Dogecoin is currently ranked number 41 in total on CoinMarketCap. So it is in the top 50 coins. Now, for something that was initially created as being a joke and a coin that's based off of a meme, that's pretty impressive. I mean, it's beating out all these other coins that are like, some of these coins have been created by serious companies that have millions of dollars invested into these companies. And, they have full teams of scientists and professional software developers, and they are literally getting beat out by this meme coin that was this joke cryptocurrency that was created by, like, it was created by two guys. you know it's crazy what they've been able to do with this. And hold on a sec. Let me just take a look here. I'm sorry. I have to just stop and admire this. I don't know what it is about this dog or what it is about this meme, but I don't know. I love this meme. But all right. Enough shenanigans, enough. Let me get my memes out of the way. But okay, let's take a look um at some of the statistics for Dogecoin here. So we can see here right now it has a total market capitalization of $314 million. That's the total value of all Dogecoins in circulation. So clearly this coin has picked up some support. A lot of people have invested, you know, tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, millions of dollars, I guess, if you count it all together, not factoring in, I guess, the value of Dogecoin increasing over time. But people have invested so much into this coin that it's become a serious contender. Now, total circulating supply is about 112 billion tokens. Now, that's the one thing that I don't like about Dogecoin personally, at least in terms of an investment. Because when I look at a coin and, as a investment opportunity, there's a couple things I consider. But one of the main things that I consider is there a limited supply of this coin? Is there a maximum supply of coins in circulation? For Dogecoin, there is not a maximum supply of coins. I mean, if you look at Bitcoin, for example, Bitcoin, it has a maximum supply of about 20 or exactly 21 million coins. So there can never be any more than 21 million Bitcoins in circulation. So you see here, max supply, 21 million Bitcoins. Right now, the circulating supply of Bitcoin is about 16.7 million. And the reason why I like coins that have a maximum supply in terms of an investment opportunity is because just by the nature of supply and demand, it kind of just works in your favor because as the number of circulating coins increases over time and you get closer to that maximum supply, the kind of that scarcity factor kind of kicks in, and just due to the fact that you have an increasing demand, and yet there is a limited supply of a given coin, it just kind of makes it so the price goes up naturally over time, just because of supply and demand. You know, demand goes up, but the supply stays at a set level. When the demand starts to outweigh the supply, the price goes up, and just based on that principle alone, it's very likely that the price of Bitcoin will continue to increase over time due to the fact that there has been increasing demand for Bitcoin and more wide-scale adoption of cryptocurrency. And the vast majority of the time, people are buying Bitcoin for their first investments into crypto because it's the most popular one, it's the one people are most aware of, it's the one that has the most value, it's the number one. Bitcoin is still king, so people are gonna continue to buy Bitcoin. But all right, back to Dogecoin. So for for that reason, due to the fact that there is no maximum supply of Dogecoin, I'm not too big on it as an investment. But I mean, that's not to say that a coin can't do well just because it doesn't have a maximum supply, because Ethereum is the number 2 ranked cryptocurrency, and there is no maximum supply of Ethereum. So I mean, it doesn't always work out that way. I just think in general it's good to go for the coins that have a maximum supply. But obviously there are some exceptions. If you just look at Ethereum, and there are other coins out there that do not have a maximum supply that are still increasing in value. But let's take a look at the price action here on Dogecoin to get a little more of a technical analysis of just kind of what the price is doing with Dogecoin. So I mean, just in the past day, you don't really see any significant changes. There's no major spikes or dips or anything. You mainly see just kind of consolidation at the same price range, at the same level. It's not really going above or below, just kind of this main range. So nothing too exciting here with the price action in the past day. Let's look at the past 7 days. Again, mostly you see just consolidation. Nothing too major here. It's just kind of, the price is more or less staying in the same range. So when I look at this kind of thing, it doesn't really get me excited as an investor because I mean, you kind of want to see big price action. You want to see those big moves, whether it be a spike showing that the value of the coin is increasing significantly, or even dips, because I mean, when the price goes down, it's a good opportunity to buy because it's cheaper, and then when the price does eventually go back up, you profit from that. Buy low, sell high is just kind of the general idea with investing. So if we look at the 1 month price action, you do see that there is a slight uptrend here. So I mean, the value has increased slightly over time in the past month. So I mean, that's kind of a good sign. Let's take a look at the 3 month. Okay, again, you see that there is a fair uptrend that was reflected in the past month, and before that, mostly consolidation for a while through the months of late September and through October and mid-November, just mainly consolidation, not much price action. We did see a pretty big spike here around November 22nd, November 23rd. But even with that spike in price, it's not like it was I mean, it was an increase, but I mean, it went from being, 13% of a penny to being 20% of a penny, which is still, I mean, it's significant, but it's, again, the price is still so low on this that it still doesn't really get me excited. I mean, the fact that it's so low in price, there is a benefit to that, just simply because you can buy like a ridiculous amount of Dogecoin without that much of an investment. I mean, you invest $100, you're getting like, thousands, tens of thousands of Dogecoin. So I mean, you would benefit from relatively small increases in the price, relatively small fluctuations in price action just due to the fact that you are holding a lot of coins. But I don't know. I just feel like there has to be better options out there. This again, it doesn't really get me excited. So okay, looking at the 1 year, we can see that we had some highs, all-time highs around May 26th, May 24th. But again, even at these all-time highs, we're only at 38% of 1 cent. So I mean, it's still it's still good. I mean it's effectively doubled. So I mean, I guess it's not all that bad because like let's say you bought in here when it was at 14% of a penny, and it basically doubled right about here. It more than doubled. It went from 14% to 38% of 1 cent. So I mean, like if you let's say you were feeling really bold and you invested $1,000 into Dogecoin at this point, and you know it spikes up to here. I mean, you more than doubled your money. So the opportunity is there, but it's like I don't know. I'm still not that sold on it. I mean, mainly because just looking at the most recent price action, we're not really seeing any significant changes. We're mainly just seeing consolidation around the same level. So, I mean, if there were to be another significant increase, like those highs we were looking at before, it was at about 38%, 38% of 1 cent, and right now we're at about 28% of 1 cent. So, I mean, I'm still not convinced. So, I mean, ultimately, looking at all this information, should you invest in Dogecoin? Is Dogecoin a legitimate investment opportunity? I'm going to say that yes, it is a legitimate investment opportunity. Now, me personally, I would not invest in Dogecoin. I just think there's better projects. I think there's more exciting coins and projects you could invest in. Now that being said, I'm not saying that I would never invest in this. Just for right now, with this, I'm looking at other projects. Right now, I'm more interested in. I'm looking at IOTA. I'm looking at Cardano. I'm looking at Golem, uh, Bytecoins, Siacoin. These are these are more serious projects that I think have a lot of potential. So I mean, we're looking at Siacoin ranked 43, Golem at ranked 44. Um, Bytecoin ranked 29, and a lot of these are also really cheap. Like Bytecoin is really cheap, Siacoin's really cheap, so you could still buy a ton of these and then benefit from a relatively small price action. And IOTA kind of came out of nowhere and jumped up into the top five. I remember when IOTA was like 50 cents a couple of weeks ago, and now it jumped all the way up to 4.30, $4.31. That's massive gains. But you know, back to Dogecoin. Um, should you invest in this? Ultimately, it's up to you. Right now, I don't plan on investing anytime soon. I might in the future. When once I start getting a little more disposable income and money I can kind of play with in the crypto market, um, I might look at Dogecoin. Now, now, just because I'm not too big on it doesn't mean that other people aren't big on it, because I have actually seen some people that have been willing to invest quite a bit into Dogecoin. And in fact, amounts that, I mean, to me seemed like absolutely ridiculous at the time. But I saw this one guy. I might try and find that video and put a link for it in the description. But this guy, he literally invested $50,000 into Dogecoin, which to me just seemed completely insane. But I mean, looking at the price action of how the value of Bitcoin, or sorry, not Bitcoin, the value of Dogecoin changed over time. Um, he definitely could have made a lot of money, and I'm pretty sure he did, because I think the value of Dogecoin did increase a fair amount. I mean, it wasn't like it doubled or anything, but it might have been like 5 or 10%. And I mean, 10% gains on a $50,000 investment is pretty good. It's like $5,000 right there. So yeah, that I think with that I'm gonna conclude this video here. I hope you I hope you appreciate this content. Hopefully you learned something, got some value out of it. Um, Dogecoin is it's kind of ridiculous, but it's also kind of a legit thing. So, I mean, look into it, do your own research. Obviously, I mean, don't take this as financial advice or anything, even though it kind of is. But, legally, I can't give you financial advice, but gotta throw in that little disclaimer there. But yeah, we'll just end it here. Again, hopefully you appreciate this content. I'll be posting more videos about crypto, Also some internet marketing stuff and just kind of that sort of thing. But if you like this video and you appreciate this content, I would really appreciate it if you could give it a like this video, and if you appreciate this content, subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting more content like this. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you have a good one, and peace out.